that you're done with your dinner, sitting back in your favorite reclining chair. Time for the greatest show on earth. It's Wolf Tracks. It's Wolf Tracks. It's Wolf Tracks. It's Wolf Tracks. It's Wolf Tracks.
On this edition of Wolf Tracks, Ryan Cole is one of the top running backs in the country. Tonight, meet this outstanding young athlete. Fall means it's not only time to go back to school, but seniors, it's time to make college plans. We'll show you how to get things moving. And changes in the driving laws, new drivers need to know what they are. All that and more on Wolf Tracks.
Hello and welcome to Wolf Tracks. I'm Mike Downham, the video production instructor here at South. We're launching a new season of Wolf Tracks tonight. In this episode, we're doing it in two ways. First, we're looking back at some of the highlights from last year. Plus, this is an opportunity to meet some of the students who will be producing the show this year. Dan.
Oh, hey, Marty.
Hey, Dan.
What's up?
How's it been?
It's been good. How's your summer been?
It's been all right. You?
Good to hear. Yeah, you know, same old. Hey, is that Landon?
Hey guys.
Hey, Landon.
Hey, what happened to your leg?
Football time. Oh, hey, that reminds me of the Ryan Cole story that we made last year. Why don't we take a look?
In the 1999 season, Roger Cooper was the star running back for the Wolves, leading them to a great season.
20-10, touchdown, South Kitsap!
But this was a new year, and people feared with Cooper gone that no one was there to fill his shoes. They were wrong. Enter junior running back Ryan Cole.
You know, it was like some big shoes to fill, and like I worked really hard for it, and you know, people say, you know, I filled them, you know, and that's great, but you know, I had a lot of pressure on me, so I'm glad I was able to, you know, step up to this spot.
Cole impressed everyone with an outstanding year that included 35 touchdowns. He also broke the West Sound rushing record with 2,175 yards. He also successfully led the Wolves to their 21st consecutive state playoff berth.
It's a tremendous feeling, you know. You know, it was a great accomplishment, and it was just, I don't know, it was just a feeling that I can't express with words. It was just, you know, when I broke it, I felt great, but at the same time, I was like, all right, well, let's win this game.
Betters hands the ball off to Cole. He gets straight up the middle. There goes Ryan Cole. He gets to the outside. There goes Ryan Cole. Nobody's baby. That's Ryan Cole. Touchdown, South Kitsap.
You're expected to win because we've been such a winning program for like such a long time. You know, it's been 2 decades, and you know, when you have that riding on you, you know, of course you're going to feel a little pressure, but you just have to hold back, you know, put the butterflies away and go out there and play.
To top the whole season off, Ryan Cole was voted the offensive MVP of the Narrows League. A great accomplishment, but one he also shares with a very important person in his life.
My mother has always supported me in football. You know, she's been to all my games. She's never missed one sporting event of mine. She was just a tremendous person, and I like to thank her for helping me out through this, you know, through this season, and she's always, you know, helped me out, picking me up when I was down at some points, and you know, she played a really big part in, you know, football for me.
Ball's given to Cole. Cole's going to get out to the left outside. He's going to get in for a touchdown. Touchdown, South Kitsap.
Narrows League beware. Ryan Cole is only a junior, and he'll be back next year, and the Wolves should be strong also.
There goes Cole. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. 10. Touchdown, South Kitsap. Ryan Cole.
Okay, everybody, we're going to talk about Wolf Tracks here. Heather, Kelly, Ben, if you guys keep this up, you're going to get a call home.
Why don't you guys take a look at this physics story where students actually get to throw stuff at their teachers and not get in trouble?
Check it out.
When you hear the word physics, what usually comes to mind? Just the mere thought of physics is enough to make even the smartest students have a panic attack. But wait till you see this. Students are actually having fun with physics.
Yeah, the physics class is a lot of fun. He teaches us a lot about it, and he doesn't just sit here and lecture all the time.
Yeah, it's lots of fun. Mr. Ness makes it lots of fun with all the labs and stuff we do, and it's really easy.
Now, when we were younger, just the thought of seeing a teacher conduct an experiment in front of the class was considered pretty wild. But nowadays, students don't just watch their instructors do demonstrations all day. They actually get the chance to have some hands-on experience, which are both fun and educational. On February 12th, students got to use the skills they have learned in physics to make their very own catapult. The stipulation? Students received extra credit if they could hit Mr. Ness with a water balloon 20 yards away.
I think it was a pretty awesome project. I think it's probably the coolest one I've done ever because I've never before gotten to build like a giant catapult and shoot stuff at a teacher. And that was just like my crowning achievement, you know.
From the way things look, it seems like physics is looking to lose its stereotype of being a difficult and boring class. And with projects like the one seen here, it seems like physics is being associated with a different type of word.
Yeah, it's lots of fun.
It's way fun, dude.
Yeah, the physics class is a lot of fun.
Hi, I'm Steven.
And I'm Kyle.
Our next story is on martial arts.
Why don't you guys take a look while we go and save some friendly citizens?
You have all seen it in the movies, on television, and in cartoons. But have you really seen it been done? Well, at the American Shaolin Kung Fu School in downtown Port Orchard, you can see it happen. We asked the instructor of the Kung Fu class what a typical class consisted of.
Beginner classes are really basic foundation. You start with a little warm-up, get the muscles moving, some stretching, leads into some basic fundamentals, get you conditioned basically, and then set in basic movements so you understand that when you get to your first level of something that you have a foundation to refer to. In the advanced classes, it starts a little bit higher level. You do big open movements for warm-up versus a lot of stretching. You work your way into it, and by the time you hit the end of class, you're working on independent rank stuff, whatever particular, whether you're doing the white crane or long fist, or in the Tai Chi in some cases.
American Shaolin Kung Fu offers many styles of Kung Fu to choose from.
Particularly, we teach specific kinds of martial arts, meaning that one or the other specializes in something specific. So one of our styles specializes in more hand techniques, the Chin-Na, which we did a little bit earlier, that you got a little bit of. And the other is what we call long fist, and it has more leg techniques, a lot of kicking, which we didn't see much of today. And then also the Tai Chi, which is really close, up close, personal, touching the chest versus just punching and striking at a longer range.
The benefits of taking American Shaolin Kung Fu are endless.
I'd say the benefits are self-discipline. You learn a lot about your own body and what your own physical limitations can be.
In the beginning, the most significant benefit is the physical aspect of being able to drop weight, gain muscle mass, the flexibility, coordination, usually the stuff that you get out of a multiple of sports versus just one, which is what we offer.
Well, overall, American Shaolin Kung Fu is excellent. Don't take it from me. Go out and try a class for yourself. For information about class dates and times, call American Shaolin Kung Fu at 895-7819.
Hi, I'm Phil.
I'm Jessica. And I'm Mackenzie.
And I have talent. Whoa, whoa.
I have better talent than him. I can dance, right? Why don't we take a look at some real talent from last year's talent show?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yes.
Come here. Oh, yes. Yes.
On March 15th, SK held its annual talent show. The night's program was hosted by the clever invention of ASB President Art Lim and Josh Meeker. Not only did the talent show have great hosts, but it featured a variety of acts, ranging from your wild rock band to the melody of the traditional piano, with the occasional sting of electronica. And who could forget the dancing? Many more acts grace the scene of the talent show, so why don't we take a look at them?
Watching cars pass by. Your rap sounds like a diamond map to. I'm never alone, I'm alone all the time. Are you at one, or do you lie? Oh, your guilty soul has got you slowly dying.
And Sue. Sitting in my truck when I see a passing duck, and the duck looks at me and says quack. I get out of my truck and I pick up a stick and I give that duck a whack.
In the end, the talent show thrilled the audience and created an everlasting memory.
This is Twally.
And this is Tom.
Boy, there sure is a lot of talent in the school.
Sure is, so stay tuned, we have a lot coming up.
So you think smoking's fun? Every time you smoke, you inhale over 4,000 chemicals. 401 of them cause cancer. Ether, mercury, lead, cadmium, nicotine, DDT, arsenic, benzene, benzopyrene, urethane, phenol, formaldehyde, tar, carbon monoxide. You call that fun?
Hi, I'm Cassie Skylar.
I'm Chris Page.
And I'm John Lebecki.
So John, what do you think of the new driving laws?
I don't know. I've had my license before the new laws took effect.
Here's a new look at the driving laws for teenagers today.
For years now, teenagers have been passing driver's ed at age 16. You get your license and you're good to go. Well, all that is about to change. On July 1st, 2001, the new law for the driver's license will go into effect. Here are a few of the changes this law has. This means, for the first 6 months, you cannot carry any passengers in the vehicle. For the remaining 6 months, you can have up to 3 passengers under 20. You can't operate a vehicle between the hours 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. And if you're clean for 12 months, you may receive an unrestricted license.
Yes, I think they're fair. They went through a lot of controversy. It took a lot of time for the Senate and the House to come through with an overall fair law. We are not the only state with the graduated driver's license laws. They are fair in the respect that it gets parents out and kids out to drive before they come into our classes.
The law has many changes and some may seem unfair. But let's see what some students and adults have to say.
I think our students need to have that opportunity to be able to learn and to be aware so that they're safer on the roads and we don't have as many of the accidents that we do have with our young drivers today.
I think they're kind of stupid because it just puts a blender on how kids get their license and it's a time limit for them.
In a good way because students feel like, that get drunk, and they have their permit and driver's license, and when they're like high and drunk and they get in like car wrecks, it's kind of their fault, and so I think this law is good,
Well, I don't particularly like the new laws because they keep a lot of people off the road, even though they need to get places and kind of, like, kids can't get to, like, some of their jobs and stuff because they got to spend so much time driving with their parents. So I think it's kind of a waste doing that.
As you can see, the students and adults have their different opinions on the law. With all these changes, it could be easy not to follow them. So how is this going to be handled? How are they going to enforce it?
These laws are going to be enforced by the Department of Licensing, where they are now going to have a tracking system with the Department of Licensing certificates, where they'll be able to track where the student took driver's ed, and if they have any tickets, and if there's some accountabilities to the drivers' programs themselves, so they can come back to us and tell us what we're missing.
Now with that, there are consequences that go for those who disobey the new rules. These are the restrictions. First conviction, letter is sent home. Second, letter and driver's license suspended for 6 months. Third, letter and suspended until driver is 18. Well, there is an overview of the new law, and I wish you happy driving.
Hi, my name is Steve.
My name's Kyle.
And I'm Gary. Hey, you guys remember last year's blood drive, right?
There's a blood drive last year. Yeah, I heard it was a record breaker for the sound.
Yeah, I spent a lot of blood.
It sure was.
Yeah, so why don't we go check out that blood drive story?
It's on my birthday.
And on December 7th, the students at South Kitsap showed just how much they really love blood by donating their own. This year, South students donated 210 pints of blood to the Puget Sound Blood Center. It was the largest blood donation they had this year, even beating out the shipyard.
Compared to what the Red Cross does with their blood centers, we provide the blood for all the hospitals north of the Columbia River and south of the Canadian border on the west side of the mountains.
Giving blood may sound a little scary, but this South student seemed very calm during the entire procedure.
Okay, we come in and they put you in a computer and you sit down, you wait a while, and then you go and you get screened and ask you a whole bunch of questions about tattoos and piercings and stuff like that. And then you go and sit and lay down over there for a while and then they tie your arm up with some stuff and stick the needle in, drain the blood. Then you're gonna hold your arm up in the air for like 5 more minutes and then you put it down, you lay there for about 5 more minutes, and you leave.
Give blood because it's good and it might help out other people, and the cranberry juice is really good, and the cookies.
Saves lives, and if people need blood, they can have it.
I think people should give blood because it's one of those kind of civic duties. We encourage people to vote. We encourage people to do different volunteer projects.
So after the blood has been drawn and put in the cooler, where does it all end up?
The blood is used for people who are patients that need transfusions. You have leukemia patients, you have children, you have all kinds of people that are different age groups that have emergencies, car accidents.
Donating your blood can both help others in need of blood and yourself.
That about 75% of the population at some point in their life will need blood. And so giving blood is kind of just evening up the score.
Well, you heard it. Most likely you'll need blood sometime in your life. So next time you see a blood drive, sign up. You'll be saving lives.
Hi, I'm Skylar, and it seems that... Oh my gosh, Phil, dude, I gotta go. My SATs, get my counselor, I gotta see him. Bye. Bye. What are you gonna do? Dude, what are we gonna do? Hey, you, come here. You're gonna read this right now.
What?
Come here.
What?
Get over
What?
here. Look in the camera and read it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Skylar. It seems that so many high school students wait to get moving on college plans, getting themselves into trouble. How about we watch this next story, College Rush? It might help you out a little bit.
College. Some people dread the word, others strive for it. And for those who strive, it's a long, tedious battle for the college of their choice. Those who strive to reach the college level have many steps to climb until they reach their goal, the college of their choice. The first step includes searching for colleges and filtering through the mail to discover which colleges you might be interested in.
You can see more options that are coming your way that you like colleges you might never heard of, so you can see that they're out there and see the possibilities of actually attending them, you know.
The second step is to visit the campus of the colleges you're interested in. Remember, you'll live at or near the college you attend, and you may or may not want to live in the city or suburbs.
You know, I guess you want to, get a first look at what you're trying to get into, because, it doesn't help if, you apply to a school that looks great on paper, but when you go there, it just turned out to be, just horrible.
While you are searching for colleges, you'll need to take the SAT or ACT. Your score on the test won't directly affect your chances of getting into a college. However, you'll need to do your best because your GPA and test score combine to form a quotient that will help determine which college you'll be accepted into.
And what they would do is take a look at your GPA, which is across the top here. So let's say you're at a 3.4 GPA, and then they take your test scores from your ACT or SAT, and they take whatever's the highest if you take both tests.
The fourth step is to apply to college. You'll want to apply to several colleges that you'd like to attend. You may not get your first choice, so have a few backup colleges. Also, check the colleges for application dates. Most are between January and April. The fifth step is to constantly search for scholarships. There are many contests and opportunities to get scholarships. The scholarship board may help you in your search for them.
Because then they can see opportunities, they can get like grants and funds, to pay for their college, and that might help them, decide on a college they want.
College is an expensive post-high school education to get specialized skills in many departments of employment. It is a tremendous task to behold for anyone. Number of steps may vary.
Hi, I'm Brett.
I'm Travis.
And I'm JJ. Here's an amazing story that was composed last year.
Yeah, it's on how South Kitsap is a melting pot of diverse cultures. The story is called Diversity.
I think the people get along pretty good. I think the school's really diverse. There's no groups and
kind of in some parts it's kind of segregated. Like you have the island where all the brown people are, and then you have the bench where there's brown and black people,
I think that if they can find people who look like them or act like them, then they get along, but there's not much tolerance for differences.
I think everyone gets along just fine. I mean, there's different groups and all, but I think everyone's, kind of okay with each other and stuff.
For the most part, it's pretty good. Occasionally, you see where people aren't treating each other so good, just because they're different for some reason or another.
People make fun of what they don't understand, and since there's always going to be different opinions and not enough education, then we're always going to have conflict.
I think it's both, because you get the preps and the jocks, and you got the hardcore rockers, and you got sophomores that don't know what they're doing, and they all have conflicts because they don't know anything else to do.
I don't think it's because of their race or anything. I think it's just because that person's a brat, or just some people. It's if I don't like you, it's not because of your race.
Definitely individual, because you can't just look at a group of people and say, hey, get along with these people. And it's like kindergarten, you just throw blocks at them.
I think that the school and teachers and events that are happening could definitely open up other kids' minds and about other cultures and stuff.
I think it's more people need to work it out with each other. So it's more about people don't like them, other people just because of them, not because of their particular group or race or whatever.
I don't really think so because it has to come from the student's desire. They have to want to be helped to get help.
That's it for this edition of Woke Tracks. We'll see you next time.